In this video, we'll be going over how to configure a polar chart. I have already dragged the pre-configured polar chart to the canvas. We'll go over the configuration properties here. First off, we have the visibility setting. We can set it to true or false. We have the spider web setting. This will set rather the polar chart should be a flat circle or look like a spider web. Start angle is how rotated the polar chart is. So first off, let's view the polar chart as it currently is. We can see that the axis right here is lined up with the 0 degree. When we go back into it and we look at the start angle now, let's move this over to 20 degrees. Save this, we'll look at this in the viewer. We can see that the axis has been moved 20 degrees over. The tick interval is the lines generated between each value. If there is a date time, you can set the accepted hours, minutes, months, quarters, things like that. If you have a number, you can set a specified value. God damn it. The tick interval is how the sections are divided on the polar chart. In this case, we're using a string, so it's split by a name value. The argument line color is the color of the tick interval's label here. The display grid line option here allows you to display the grid lines between each numerical value that we were displaying and the color of that grid line. The labels are the labels of the tick interval here. We can choose between label and cross labels. Between label will display it on the line itself. Cross labels displays it in the area that it represents. We have a legend as well. We have an option that legend is visible and where it can be on the chart itself. The data source is a typical data source in all other controls. You bind it to a data and you're able to filter it and sort it as you see fit. Then we have the data itself. Within the data, I currently created a health series. We have the name of our series here. We want it to be visible and show in the legend. You can set the color for your series. In this case, it's green. And the type of series you want it to show. In this case, it's going to be a bar graph. Then we have an argument field for the name. This is what our tick interval is based off of. And then we have our value field, which is the actual value we are displaying on the chart. There's an option to ignore empty points if that's needed, and you can show points at the size font that you'd like. Lastly, we have a label format. So in this case, we're going to display it as a large number because many options here that you can choose from. And this is our final result right here.